All right, YouTube. Well, today we have a strut replacement for a 2013 Chevy Malibu. Now, for those who are used to a 4-bolt upper mounting system, this is going to be a little bit different. So we have this one bolt, and you would think, oh no, we don't undo the top bolt because that holds the spring. Well, actually, this is just a bushing and retaining plate bolt, because when you pull this off, and I'll show you in a minute, that underneath is where it's going to be your spring retention nut. But a little trick over here, I was struggling not having an 18 millimeter. Out of all my open box sockets, I do not have an 18 millimeter, and that's its American sizes, but an 18 would fit perfectly. So, but I need an 18 millimeter for this. To start this project, you want to undo this control arm. And it takes a Torx bit, a T40 Torx bit, and the T40 Torx bit goes in here. You hold this steady while you undo this 18 millimeter nut. Now, the trick that I found was you could use this Torx bit and this wrench and hold this while using an 18-inch or 18 millimeter box. But what I have here is an 18 millimeter bicycle socket, and honestly, this bicycle socket has done me well on many control arm jobs for your car. I use these on the Acuras, Hondas, Infinities, and now this Chevy. So you put that through there, and it gives you perfect amount of room to hold this Torx in. Now, this is just a little handy dandy trick. There's a bunch of other ways to do this, but this is the way that I found. And now you hold it. Of course, I can't do this with one hand, but you hold it and then twist. But that's a little setup. Let's keep going. The rest is pretty self-explanatory, but I want to show that little trick and tip for your job in case you're having trouble. Another thing, before you start unscrewing this thing, putting the Torx bit and all of that, use a secondary jack. One jack plus jack stand, of course, for safety. So use this jack to put pressure on this lower control arm until it's high enough that it's like perfectly level. So once you take out this nut, I've already loosened it, this moves in and out. And this is going to be helpful when you put the strut back in, stabilizing bar. But you need this to be flush. If not, you're gonna have to bang it out, and it's gonna give you more problems when you're trying to take it out, which is why I had a harder time getting it out earlier, because I forgot to jack it up. Let's keep going. So we're going here with this socket. It's a 15/16. Put it on there, twist. I think it's pretty simple, right? Well, this will not work if you have taken off these two first. So basically, I left one in, took all the nuts off, left it in, and now I'm able to take this off. I use this bigger socket, it's a torque wrench, but to break it, because I broke my last breaker bar, I haven't gotten another one. So now it's broken loose. Just go ahead and take this one down, out. Professional handiwork, or camera work here. And this will come out. All right, of course, there's a problem in the uninstallation or the uninstall on this front right. Look what I'm doing. Now, you're walking through this journey with me, but when I would unloosen that nut there, it was free spinning, even when these bolts are connected. And the whole thing was loose. I knew the strut was bad because the racket was making them all riding on the road, but this whole thing was loose before I even undid this. The top was loose. So what I think is the piston that holds this shock or this shock, this piston, the interior holder that keeps it tight as far as not free spinning, that must have cracked, the weld cracked on the inside or something. So no matter how much I spun this, it was not willing to come out. So you're joining with me in this journey on how to remove this. So I'm just taking this grinder and grinding down that top. I hope to get a dead blow and a chisel and just snap that bolt off. But I'll let you know how that works. I've been working on this for about 5 minutes now, so let's see if I can get this out. Man, I wish you could have seen it. So the tactic I used was I took the angle grinder and I cut the bolt this side and this side. I thought I was gonna have to do all 4 sides, but I took my little chisel and I malleted. This is a 3-pounder. Took a mallet and just, or maybe 3-pound sledge, however you want to call that, and malleted it and bent it up like this till both of those edges broke, and then it literally just fell right through, and the bolt fell somewhere down in there. Be nice to get that before it burns any rubber down there, but this is the top. That's what it looked like. So if you should run into the problem that I just did, then you have an option. Just a little angle grinder from Lowe's, and that wasn't even a cutoff wheel, that was a grinding wheel. Can't find a pack of cutoff wheels that I bought. So yeah, I guess that nut is a goner. As long as it's not burning a hole in any rubber down there, we'll be all right. So that's a trick. Let's keep on.